I'm Philip Focus, and this is Pfoe Productions. As a licensed psychotherapist, I spend my days observing the structures we build, both in our minds and in our society. Today, I want to look at a specific kind of grief, the grief that settles into the soil when the world begins to redefine a word you've lived your entire life. Look at this landscape, Oakmont Park. It's defined by its deep, stubborn roots that fought through rock and drought just to hold these Redlands hills together. This terrain isn't perfect. It has craters, it has scars, it has pathways worn by those who actually tread the earth. This is the heirloom. It doesn't have to perform. It simply is the source. It is the original architecture of identity. It didn't have to seek validation. It earned it through survival. But there is a committee of public opinion that manages how we see the world, and lately the committee has grown tired of the heirloom's complexity. As we move from the heights of Oak Glen down toward the valley, we see more than just a change in elevation. We see a change in philosophy. The committee prefers the lower ground, the areas that have been smoothed out and made predictable. They look at the ruggedness of the high peaks and call it unruly. They look at the labor required to truly understand an authentic identity, and they call it a burden. Slowly, the light shifts. This is the psychology of displacement. The power structure finds the original, high-altitude truth too difficult to manage, so it begins to search for a version that is more convenient, a version that offers the image of beauty without the thorns of reality. They begin to treat the source like a stranger in its own soil. Enter the designer hybrid of the valley. On the surface, it is a masterpiece of mimicry. It is engineered to be symmetrical, vibrant, and, most importantly, compliant. It mimics the performance of the mountain's majesty with startling accuracy, yet it lacks the historical baggage of the root. The tragedy isn't just that the hybrid exists, it's that the committee has handed it the crown. This is symbolic annihilation. When you take the name and the status of the heirloom and pin it to the lapel of the imitation, you aren't just adding to the landscape. You are erasing the history of the one who was there first. We applaud the mimic for perfecting a nature it never actually had to endure, while we tell the source it is no longer the authority on its own existence. In my practice, we call this systemic gaslighting. It occurs when a dominant power tells the authentic self that its scars are defects and its history is an obstacle. When we engage in moral grandstanding, celebrating a performance of identity while neglecting the actual reality of the source, we force the authentic to live in a garden of mirrors. We trade the scent of the earth for the shine of the showroom. We begin to believe that a truth without roots is an evolution, when in reality it is a devaluation. We are choosing the safety of the silk over the soul of the flower, and in doing so, we lose our ability to recognize what is real. We are trading the mountain for the grid and calling it progress. In therapy, we work to find that authentic self beneath the layers of performance. But out here, from this perspective, we can see how easily that self is lost when we stop honoring the root. The earth remembers the heirloom, even when the committee forgets. Perhaps the only way back to the truth is to stop looking at the stage and start looking back at the soil. I'm Philip Focus. Thanks for flying with me. Let's keep looking for what's real.